So today I filmed this everyday glam kind of makeup look. This might be a little too glam for some people for everyday, but you can always tone down the lip, not add as much shimmer, whatever you want. And if you like this look and you want to see how I got it, then please keep watching. So to start this look off today, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid Illuminating Highlighter. This is a highlighter, but I use it as a primer whenever I want my face to be nice and glowy. This is the 200 Medium Nude Glow shade. So all I'm going to do is just take this and I'm going to put it on my fingers. And I'm just going to put this all over the skin. This as a primer to go underneath your foundation, I would recommend really working this into the skin because it is darker than my skin tone. It might be darker than yours, but if you do not really work this in, it will get streaky, and that is not a cute look. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to go in with my Revlon ColorStay foundation. I'm wearing the normal to dry skin in the shade 150 Buff. And I love this foundation, especially for everyday wear because it has like 20 SPF in it, and that's really good for your skin. And since this is an everyday look, I am not going to be wearing concealer today. So I am just going to go ahead and go underneath my eyes and over my eyelids with my foundation as well. Now I'm going to take this foundation and go over my dark circles and my eyelids just to cancel out any redness or discoloration. I will add just a little bit more foundation in any parts of my face that like some redness is coming through. If this was a normal everyday look, then I wouldn't do this, but since it's kind of like everyday glam look, I am going to go over. I don't want my face to get cakey or anything, but I do not want any discoloration in the skin. Then I'm also going to go ahead and take this down my chin and neck. I am going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 10 Fair Light. I'm going to go ahead and blend out any creases that I had underneath my eyes or my eyelids, because I crease so quickly. Then I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of this loose powder on the end of my beauty blender. I'm going to go ahead and start working this underneath the eyes and on the eyelids. I'm going in with my e.l.f. High Definition Powder in the shade Soft Luminance.
Okay, so
we're
going to go ahead and start with the eyes. I'm going in with my Lorac Pro Mega 4
I'm using
palette, and I'm taking
luminous
the
powder
shade
instead of a
Flamingo,
face
which
powder,
is a really pretty light pink
just
color.
so
And I'm taking it on my Cala 315 Crease Brush.
More glowy,
and I am just taking the shade and I'm going to put it back and forth in my crease area as the transition shade.
With my
I am just working this into the crease at first, and then I'm going to work this product up the less shadow I have on my brush. And this is just the shade that is going to blend everything out and make sure everything looks really, really seamless. Next, I'm going in with Spice from that same palette. It's just this really, really pretty red shade. And I am taking this on my It Cosmetics Airbrush Blending Crease Brush. Yeah, and I think it's number 125, something like that. I'll have everything in the description box down below, just in case you don't catch it, or in case I can't remember the shade name or the brush name or anything like that. But I'm taking this shade and I'm going directly into the crease with this, and I am taking this from like inner corner to outer corner. I am not putting a lot in the inner corner of the eye, but I am taking this all throughout the crease. Then, of course, I'm going to go back in with that Flamingo shade on my big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend the edges out as I go. I love this look because it's literally like 3 eyeshadows that I use, and it is so simple and so easy. Honestly, the hardest thing to do in this look is just blending everything out, and these colors and the shades in this palette just make that so easy. And like I said, I am literally going back and forth between Flamingo and Spice and applying more Spice and then blending it out until I get the desired depth that I want. Then to start out the halo effect, I am going to go in with this e.l.f. Eye Crease Brush. It's just an itty bitty little crease brush. And I'm going to go in with Flamingo. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the inner and outer corners of the eyes. We are going to cover this up with Spice later, but I do want to lay down this pink so there is a nice gradient from the red to the pink to the shimmery shades. And then I'm going to go back in with Spice, and I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with the Flamingo shade, except I'm making sure there's not a lot of product on my brush, and I'm only taking this on like the very, very outer edge of my eye and the very, very inner part of my inner eye. My inner corner, I guess I would say. I love doing halo eyes like this. I just think they're so pretty and they're so easy to achieve if you just take your time and you watch how much product that you apply. These eye looks are really, really easy to get kind of muddy and messy looking if you apply too much product. So whenever you're doing an eye makeup look like this, just remember to take the less product, and you can always build up later. But once you get a lot of product put down, you can't really blend it out in this kind of eye look. Then I'm going in with this beautiful pink shade for my Jaclyn Hill palette. It's called Faint. And I'm taking this on my e.l.f. Eye Defining brush, and I'm going to go ahead and put that just right in the middle of the lid. And I do actually forget about the brush here in just a second, and I just go in with my finger, just because this eyeshadow applies so pretty with your finger. It is just so pigmented and so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So as you can see, I did leave the middle part of my lid blank for this shade. You can go in and use some concealer to kind of like clean it up if you need to. I thought about doing that, but this Jaclyn Hill shade is just so pretty and so pigmented that it's really not necessary. But if you feel like doing it, then go ahead, because that's another way to do this look. Then, of course, I have to go back in with this little e.l.f. eye crease brush and kind of like blend out the edges a little bit. And then I'm just going back and forth, applying a little bit more product with my finger, and then blending out the edges with that same little brush until I get the definition and the pigmentation that I want. Then I'm going back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking the shade Roxanne, and I'm actually going to use this and put it on the inner and outer corners just a little bit. This is just a really pretty kind of like brick red shade, and it just adds just a little itty bitty bit more depth into this look. I am not taking much of this shade. I'm literally dipping my brush in like once or twice and then tapping off the excess. I just wanted a little bit more definition, not too much. Then I'm going back in with Spice on this little flat brush, and I am just going to take this shade and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the outer and inner part of the lashes. And to be honest with you, I kind of put it everywhere on my lower lash line, but I was supposed to leave the middle blank. I kind of forgot, I'm not even going to lie. But it still worked out. Like I said, this Jaclyn Hill shade is just so pretty that you really don't need to worry about it if you're using her palette. Then I'm going in with this Real Techniques Tapered Crease Brush, and I am going right back in with Flamingo from that Lorac palette. And I am just going to take this and just blend out the lower lash line. And I love these two colors together, especially on the lower lash line, because it's such like a soft, pretty, just, I don't know, just a soft, pretty, blended lower lash line with these two shades. And if you have blue or green eyes, these colors are going to make your eyes pop so well. Then, of course, I just went back in and, like, defined the lower lash line a little bit more, just until I got the depth that I wanted. And then I'm going back in with that faint shade, and I'm taking it on my ring finger, and I am just going to put this in the very middle of the lower lash line, just like we did with the top lid. And then I am going to go in with my Lorac Pro palette again, and I'm taking the shade Pink Peony, and I'm taking this and I'm just going to go ahead and put this on my inner corner of the eye. It's just a really nice white shade, and it just brightens the inner corner up so much. It's so pretty.
Okay, now that we're done with the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and move back onto the face. So, for bronzer today, I'm going in with my e.l.f. bronzer palette. Looks like this. This is in the shade St. Lucia. I'm taking it on this EcoTools bronzing brush. Oh. I love this bronzer, you guys. It's literally like $4 at Target, I think. And it's so good. I saw Amanda Ensing. She uses this bronzer all the time. And honestly, if she wasn't using it, I probably would never have tried it, but she uses it, so I tried it, and I'm so glad that I did, and it's so pretty. Go in with this little e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm just gonna mix them all together because I can't decide which one I want to use, so I'm just gonna mix them all together and apply this to the and to apply this, I'm using my e.l.f. bronzing brush. Once again, this little blush palette, just like the bronzing palette, is so good, and it's like $4, y'all. And they have so many different ones with the different shades and everything. They are so good. I'm telling y'all, e.l.f. has really like stepped up their makeup game. I remember back when I was like in middle school, and I would use little e.l.f. products, and they were terrible. Or maybe it's just because I didn't know what I was doing, but they were terrible. I just remember them being like awful back in the day. But e.l.f. is doing their thing. Oh, and what's the shade? Oh, and this is the light blush palette. I think this is the lightest one that they have. And I mean, that's the only thing that kind of sucks because I'm really not that pale. But these shades, if I use too much of them, they can look too dark for me. I mean, I'm sure the shade range isn't that great since it is a drugstore brand, but you know, just giving y'all my opinion. So for highlighter, I kind of wanted a pink, but I kind of wanted like a white shade. So I'm gonna mix these two together. This is the NYX Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder. This is in the shade Lavender Steel. It's kind of like a purpley shade, but on my skin it comes off kind of pinky. So it'll look really good with this. And then I'm going to mix in my e.l.f. Baked Highlight in Moonlight Pearls. And this is just kind of like a white shade. And this highlighter is so pretty too, you guys. And once again, it's literally like $4. And it is so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. blush brush. And I'm going to apply the NYX highlighter first. Look at that highlight. NYX highlighters are so good. So now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. highlighter just to go over and diffuse that and just look. Oh my goodness. They are so pretty together. face, I will go back in with my powder brush and just kind of go over everything to make sure there isn't no like harshness or anything. So I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, and I'm going to curl my lashes and throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back for the lips. For the lips, I am going to go in with my Stila All Day Liquid, my Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in this shade Perla. It's this pretty pink color. This is my favorite, absolute favorite everyday lipstick. This is so pretty, and I love it, you guys. Go over top with my Stila Glitterati Lip Top Coat in the shade Transcend. This stuff is just so pretty. This step isn't really everyday, but you know, sometimes you gotta glam it up every day. Alrighty, and this is today's finished look. I loved filming this, you guys. It turned out so good. This is like one of my favorite looks that I've filmed. Mostly because I love this lip combo. I've never worn this lip combo before, but I just keep looking at it in my little mirror right here because it's just so pretty. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a nice comment, like this video, all that mess. I will leave all the products that I used in the description box below in the order that I used them, and also my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat will also be on there if you want to subscribe to me on there and see when I'm going to post my new videos. I do post on Instagram when I'm going to post my videos and everything, so don't forget to check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks everyone, bye!